Hey everyone, in today's video we're going into the new best Facebook ads alternative free crash course. Let's go. Hey everyone and welcome. My name is Ricky Hayes. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today in this free YouTube ads mini crash course you're going to absolutely love. Make sure that you subscribe to today's video. Make sure you smash that like button, comment down below, crush it, and any other videos that you would like to see. It helps me to define what videos you want. So let's jump straight into why YouTube ads. I wanted to quickly explain this because it's really important. I want you to understand. I love detail. So YouTube, as I've said in a previous video, is very similar to Facebook ads. In fact, I'd recommend going and watch that video. I'll put a link in here after this. It's important that with YouTube that you understand that instead of interest, we use things known as in-market audiences, affinity audiences, and keywords. So keywords being a search term. Basically, what you type in that search box is a keyword search term. If you want to know more about that, go and watch my video on Google Ads. There's a link there. It's important that you understand something, and that's also that YouTube, which is owned by Google, is a very undervalued marketing platform, okay? Especially for e-commerce, and we only recently starting to see people use YouTube ads. Okay, the example I showed was 5 seconds or whatever you want to call them. Okay, they're just one example of an e-commerce store that's dropshipping that's doing well. There's many brands that are doing it, whether it's for lead gen or e-commerce. We can use the videos that we have created from Facebook and put them into Google. Okay, now there's a specific way to do these types of things. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's important. It is important you understand with Google marketing, you should always be remarketing as well. So if you want to know more about that, make sure you comment that down below. I will consider making a remarketing video as well. I just want to add some references for how to make videos, okay? If you don't know already, there's a link there that's a free YouTube video that I made, as well as, again, the Google course, okay? So let's get a bit further into the nitty-gritty so you can start to understand how this all comes together. Okay, so the first thing to be honest about is YouTube ads is not quick. Google, YouTube, Bing, Pinterest, nearly anything other than Facebook or in Pinterest, whatever, is not quick results. I still use Facebook, but it's important that I tell you that it doesn't get instant results. You can get sales, but you may not be able to scale as quick. Okay, it's far fewer people are able to scale really quick. So keep that in mind. If you want to learn Facebook, just watch that video there. Next, it's important that we understand what CPV stands for, cost per view. Okay, YouTube is a video sharing platform, okay? And it's all about video. So they use a cost per view metric. There's different types of metrics like engagement and bidding strategies and that, sorry, is what I meant. And then there's things known as CPA. CPA is something you want to keep in your mind long term, only when you're getting a good amount of conversions. So CPA, cost per acquisition, cost per purchase, same thing, just different word, okay? Important that you need to know that your conversion tracking needs to be 100% set up. If it's not, you're not going to get the sales and you're not going to be able to scale, okay? You're going to be flying blind. I've made that mistake many times, so I'm going to be honest about that. You need to split test your creatives, preferably 2, okay? 2 in an ad group. And if you haven't watched my Google Ads videos, I recommend you do it because YouTube is nearly the exact same approach as what you do with Google because it's all integrated in the same platform. So it's very, very helpful for you. I'll be honest, not all videos, products on YouTube convert. It's the same with Facebook. But I want you to be prepared going into it knowing that they don't convert. So you need to give it time and you need to go in with the mind that it's potentially not going to convert. So I want to be honest. So what are the things that are likely going to convert is your question. Okay? Kitchen, food, kitchen, lifestyle, gym, gaming, makeup, jewelry, fashion. Okay? Those are the dropshipping niches for us that can work well. Okay? Now, obviously there's also technology. Again, technology is great, but you know, I just don't like the whole warranty side of it. I just always get concerned by that, so that's why that's not included. Okay, but it's important as well that for each of these you need to have a video, even if it's a slideshow video. But remember, it's very different to Facebook. Most of your videos will be showing before another person's video. That's the way I generally do it. It's called in-stream ads. So like, let's say before this video, my video, unless you had like ad blocker on, turn it off. No, I'm joking. I don't really care. Anyway, but make sure as well that you understand that that's what an in-stream ad is. And if you have like not an engaging video on a video-centric platform known as YouTube, sorry, then it's not going to work. I always say Google. I'm just used to saying it. I want you to understand that it can take 30 to 60 days before you start seeing results. Okay, I want to make that perfectly clear. I don't want to lie to people and say that this is quick cash. It's not how I work, and it's not the truth. I want you to please understand that. The people that are getting success will have spent a good amount of money to then get the data and then optimize it. Once you actually pay the data on Google, you can nearly optimize and nearly guarantee profit if you know how to interpret the data. Okay, so you need to give it time and you need to interpret the data. And please retarget. If you do want a video a bit more on that, comment that down below. Obviously, course students, you guys are, a number of this is already in the course, so please make sure to watch that more detailed, okay? Because retargeting works very well, and you want to do like a view cap of like 3, because you want to retarget to them up to 3 times in a day, because people can watch multiple YouTube videos. But you don't want to do it too much for starters, and you definitely need to retarget because most people skip ads. If you're sitting there watching this video, you've probably skipped, a heap of you will have skipped the ads, and that's fine. But it's important that you understand that if you skip the ads, then it's likely that people for other niches do the same. Okay? And so, you know, retargeting, we want to try and retarget. They're going to clock off. We need to do retargeting to try and really reinforce our product. And because YouTube is quite unsaturated, it can actually work quite well. All right, so let's move on to the last slide before I get into showing you all of this. Really important. So we're going to set up our first campaign now. Okay, so at this stage in this course, you should, it's bare minimum, you need a Google Ads account and you need your conversion tracking set up at minimum. Okay, so you need both of those set up. There is actually a lot more to it that I would recommend, but I'm not going to get into that today. We're going to be specific about, you want to try and aim for a 30 to 60 second video. Most videos for e-commerce that work well on Facebook are about 30 to 60 seconds. Not in all cases, but in many cases. So a 30 to 60 second rule, okay? I already linked and this slide is in the description down below, on how to make videos. So I recommend you go and do that. If you do want to know a bit more about what's known as storyboarding, it's a term that I technically use. I just use it as a term, and it's the term used to plan out your video. Okay, because there is a benefit in storyboarding, because obviously then you're going to make a higher quality video that's more engaging. I want to be honest that the ideal budget you want to aim for is $20 a day. Now, before you say, whoa, that's a lot, remember with Google, $20 a day isn't that much. Okay, and the hardest part with Google is you're going to have to spend a bit of money before you technically start getting decent results. That's just how the platform is, because it's not like with Facebook where it targets based specifically on interest and it works quite well at that. Google has keywords, YouTube channels, affinity, in-market. You can even target down to the individual video per se, which is what I'm going to teach you a little bit about. As a general pro tip, I please implore you to, if you're on a budget, don't make the mistake I did. I had a $50 campaign that spent over $400 in a day. I have no idea why. It ended up making me kill it stupidly enough. So please make an automated rule. Make an automated rule. You can do that in Google really easy. That says if spent over $25, kill all campaigns. All right, I just recommend that in a day if you're wanting to be budget conscientious, so you don't overspend, because Google can do that. Google can and will do that at times. And make sure you again understand that Google takes at least 30 days to optimize. So I wanted to give you a bit of an example. So whatever your budget is times by 30. So if you spend $20 a day, you're going to be spending $600 a month. it could actually spend day 1 $5, day 2 $4, and day 3 $40, and then day 4 $100, and then day 5 $20. Okay, it's not like Facebook where the budget you set, whether it's on a CBO or a single budget ad set, it's going to fluctuate. And that comes down to the amount of people watching the video, a lot of different elements, but Google always optimizes over a 30-day window. So in theory, regardless of what you might spend a huge amount one day, very little next, over a 30-day window, you should see if you haven't made any changes to your budget, in theory, you should have spent $600. Google honors that. Okay, it looks at your budget not as it's going to apply that daily, but it actually looks at overall a 30-day, and it tries to optimize by best times. That's why it's going to spend a lot and spend a little. All right, so please, I implore you to not get too concerned, and if you are, make sure you put a rule in place to stop wastage of your money if that is a problem in your situation. Okay, so let me put this all together and teach you a little bit more about it so you can actually see, rather than just a theory, the practical side. All right, so I'm in one of my Google ad accounts. This is just for training. And I've got my YouTube channel up here, blah, blah, blah. And I've just copied one video. Now, if you want to know more about that, that stuff's more in my course. There's a specific way of doing it, but I'm not going to get into it today. So let's go and make a new campaign. So generally, now you got two choices. You can either do it manually or via sales. And see how you got video. See how all my other videos tie into this. You got search, display, shopping, smart. All right, that's primarily for us what it comes down to. And obviously then you got video. But if you did it manually, you can do CPV bidding. If you do sales, you don't have that option. Okay, so if you do sales, you can only do CPA or maximize conversions, which can work well, but it's a more upfront expense to get that data, and it can be more expensive. For people starting to learn the ropes, it is my recommendation, until about probably a week of marketing, to get a better idea, I recommend that people start out like this. You want to start by choosing a non-guided video and custom. So you got all these different types. You got, if we chose drive conversions, we'd still only have the bidding of CPA and maximize conversions. But with this, we also have the ability to run in-stream ads. Okay, in-stream ads can work very, very well. Drive conversions is always where you want to be. And you can even do YouTube shopping now. So you can actually make your, you have to bind a video, but you can bind your merchant center, which is in another video, to this. And you can actually do Google shopping on YouTube, which is really, really cool. It's only something that I've started doing. You can promote relevant products and get people to shop on your website with skippable in-stream ads. Okay, skippable in-stream ad, and they can do that as well. But we're not going to get into that today. We're going to go into an easier one, which is in-stream ads. We're going to go continue. All right, and then you want to give it a name. So we're going to name it video campaign dog collar. Whatever works for you, it doesn't matter. You can go see how we've got CPM. You don't want CPM, you want cost per view. You don't want campaign unless you were on a very tight budget, blah, blah, it's up to you. I recommend going daily. If you run automated rules, it's the same as running a overall budget. Again, just as long as you keep an eye open for it. So I recommend for many of us, $20 a day. Don't turn delivery method to accelerated. That is actually being, as a pro tip, phased out, I believe, in the next couple of weeks. I remember seeing an email from it and one of my mates telling me about it. So don't put a... now, the cool thing with Google, as opposed to Facebook, is you can put your start date as instantly. It usually takes 24 to 48 hours for it to start getting tangible result, generally. So you don't have to worry about it. If you are worried about it, schedule for midnight the following night. All right? That's my recommendation if you're worried about that. But otherwise, don't be. You got your networks. So you can... Generally what I do is ads can appear next to search results on YouTube. You can use video discovery ads only. So I don't generally do that. You want YouTube videos. Ads can appear on YouTube videos, channel pages, and the YouTube homepage. You can use in-stream video and discovery ads. So I also untick that. You just want it on YouTube itself. Over time, you might want to test these. But generally, you will just want to do YouTube videos because The way I do it is I bind it to specific YouTube videos, and I'll explain more in a moment. So you choose your language, choose your country. It's defaulted to Australia. For many of you, I would recommend America. Okay, so you can add whatever countries you want. Most of you will be to United States. Very, very unsaturated. Now this standard inventory limited, yeah, don't be too worried by it. Google recommends this. I just leave it. Basically, the expanded means it can show up on more potentially illicit material, and I just go standard and let Google do the hard work. You can also exclude it intentionally from this content. I generally leave it because our inventory is set to recommended. It's fine. And then you can even be even more granular. This is entirely up to you. One thing I do is I don't want it to show on live streaming or embedded videos. Okay, I don't want it on embedded videos because embedded videos are likely off of YouTube. I want it to primarily show on YouTube. I just like to keep it consistent like that. That's just how I prefer to do it. Additional settings, make sure you always have a look at this. You can show on all eligible devices. If you, let's say, use Google Analytics, which you should be. If you want to know more about Google Analytics hacks, which can help you boost your conversion rate, comment that down below. But you can set specific targeting for devices, okay, which is really cool. I love that. I love that. I love stuff like that. You can do frequency capping. This is more for retargeting. A lot more for retargeting, but also good for cold traffic. So you can cap impression frequency, limit how many times that ad in the campaign can show to the same user, and then limit how many times the ads in the campaign can get a view or interaction. So I generally go impression, and because a view and impression are different. Okay, especially for CPV, a impression is up to 30 seconds. It's free. Okay, that's why CPV is good. And a view is someone actually watching it past that 30 seconds, counts as a view, and then you get charged. Okay, so down the line, you might want to do that. But for people on limited budgets, starting out, beginners, which is fine, I recommend we do CPF, CIM, whatever. Anyway, I'm way off. So go to 3 a day. All right, 3 a day. 5 a day would be absolute max, but 3 a day. Okay, so it's like, so they see it 3 times, they've gotten impressions, they haven't really watched it, and then they might go into the view frequency, and then you can start doing other additional things at that point. Okay, so 3 a day is a good starting point. Again, schedule it all day. Cool thing with Google is you can actually optimize by time of day and the day itself, but you need a good amount of data, otherwise it's not going to be valid. All right, so please keep that in mind. And give it an ad group name, like it can be anything you want. I generally will go off by what I'm doing in that ad group. Okay, and so what I mean by that is different ad groups, you might have different targeting. So we're going to get to it in a moment. You might be doing keywords. So if we're doing a keyword, Ricky is awesome, make sure to subscribe, then that would be what I would title it. And as the title says, don't ignore that title. Anyway, so I like to think of myself as funny. Anyway, so then we can have a look at demographics, and this is what's cool as well. I absolutely love how you can have a look at household income. Like, that is so cool. I've actually had a number of campaigns where it's been high ticket, and funnily enough, it's the lower 50% that buy it. It's like, maybe you should be saving your money for your family. I don't know, that's just how I look at it. But anyway, but you can do all of that. Again, this stuff starting out is not really stuff that you should change. But if you're using Google Analytics, you can understand that down the line when making a new campaign. All right, well, I know that it's women, so I take out men. I know that it's 19 to that it's 25 to 25 and 55, 65. That's what I love about this as well. Is with Facebook, you can you can only cut out audio age demographics if it goes in subsequent order, if that makes sense. Like, so if it's 18 to 24, you can cut that out. But if it was 25 to 34 that you wanted to cut out, you would have to make an 18 to 24 and then a 35 plus, which I just think is silly. With Google, you can get around that. Okay, so little things like that are really cool, and you can look at your audience. So this is where if you were doing remarketing, that's going to have recently suggested and all that jazz. But But you can do, you can do remarketing here. We're not going to get into that today, but you can do remarketing, affinity, custom affinity, as well. I forgot about that. In market, life events, custom intent. Custom intent's actually really cool as well, but I've only started using that. And then you can have combinations. So in Google, you can have in your audience manager up the top here, you can actually make multiple audiences. Okay, so let's say you have multiple audiences of 3 different videos, if someone's watched this one, someone's watched this one, you can combine them and make it into one audience, and you can then market to them if you want it, just as an example. Okay, so generally keywords again is like Google with the SCAG approach. We're not going to do that today. Topics is really good and can be really granular if your topic makes sense. So let's choose dogs as an example. Why did Hummer come up? I don't know why. Where's the word dog in any of this? There we go. Something that actually makes sense. I don't know why. A baby and pet name. There we go. So you can choose that. Animal welfare, pet, veterinarians, dogs. I wouldn't choose cats. And animal sports. There you go. So, and then you can see the audience size is going to increase. All right, we've got 800 million people of impressions. Sorry, I should say impressions. That's not necessarily 800 million. I don't know if I chose the whole world. Okay, so if we chose Australia, that should reduce. There we go to 5 million. So that's part of the reason. But the way I normally do it is through placement. So I'm not going to get too much into that today. But you can do channels, which is really cool, and you can do videos. If you want to know more about this side of it, make sure to give me a bell. Basically, you need to scrape YouTube channels. From what I've learned from other YouTube experts, the best way to run YouTube is scraping an entire channel's worth of videos. So what I mean is, with my channel, let's say of 10k subs, not a huge amount, but enough, let's say, that you get all my video URLs and put them in. Why do you do that over I could just copy the channel, which I could show you. Like, for instance, this is my my channel URL. That's every channel. If you go to their homepage thing, we'll have a we'll have a unique URL handle on the end here, and you could copy that in. So let me just show you. As an example, channel. And we put that in. Did I put it? Yeah, there we go. So there we go. So I could choose my entire channel and market to that. Not a bad idea, but just as an example. But then you could be even more granular. So I can teach that more in another lesson if you are interested. But the benefit of being more granular with Google is you have more control. Okay, it's like the YouTube video is the key word. Okay, and you generally want to try. You don't necessarily have to stick to one channel. You stick to a heap of different popular type of videos and put them in there. Okay, and we use a sort of criteria to determine that, and that's really beneficial for us because then we're using videos that have high engagement, okay, that we've watched to some degree, have a high correlation to our product, and then as a result you can correlate that and say, all right, well, it's quite logical to say that people that are watching this, if I show my ad in front of them, there's a good chance that I'm going to, with a good video, get an interaction that is what I'm after. Okay, so that's why we do it that way. Now let's go back, and I'm just going to copy this one. All right, and so you have to create your video. Okay, so again, I'm just going to copy that one in. So you have to create a video. If you want to know more about that stuff, that's in my course. I'm not going to go through that today. You can do video discovery. So if I was trying to, which is what I'm actually planning to do, run a discovery ad so that my channel gets more views and hopefully more subscribers, well, then that's what I would do. If I want to run an in-stream ad to try and promote something, that's what I do. And we can see a preview, and we put the file URL. I'm just going to put whatever the same thing. And make sure your display path URL is something good. In terms of, it has to be in the same domain name. So generally what I notice a lot of people do on YouTube is, let's say it's like a free webinar, because those things are, a lot of people do webinars and stuff on YouTube, info products, freewebinar.myyoutube.com. Okay, that actually helps with click-through rates. Freewebinar.go, blah, blah, blah. It actually helps with your click-through rates. All right, and then you got your call to action. Always do your call to action. Let's say this was, so you always want shop now, and you always want to add a headline. It's pretty limited to what we can add, 15 characters. So best dog collar. Oh, Matt, wait. Yes, legend. Anyway, so and then you can auto generate. And if you're in my course and that, you'll know more about this. But basically, you know, this is why with YouTube it's all about preparation. There's a lot more on the back end that we can do to make this even better. But you can see how easy this really is, and you want to name the ad name. So whatever the video is. So Ricky Hayes Alternative. All right, I spelled that wrong. All right, save continue. Sorry. Oh, pardon me, I did miss that. So your bidding, the thing with bidding is you can start it very low. So generally you want to start at no more than 50 cents. Okay, so 50 cents and then you're fine. Save continue. And that's how you make, what? Yeah, so then you're going to have times like this as well. So let's go. Just put in go. Alright, beautiful. No. How does that violate it? Sometimes it can be really random. There we go. I don't know why that violates that, but try it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've just overlooked something obvious. Alright, and that's how you make your starting campaign. I'm obviously going to disable this now. And that's it. Okay, so that's your starting campaign for YouTube ads and how you use it. If you want to know more about like YouTube ads with remarketing, if you want to know more about conversion tracking, if you want to know more about product research or competitor research to find good videos, comment that stuff down below. I'm trying to make only videos that people really want based on the engagement. Okay guys, so make sure you comment that down below. So either way, I hope this has been helpful to get you started on understanding YouTube a lot more and understanding a lot more about the platform, with a lot more videos in this space to come. And that concludes today's Facebook ads alternative, being YouTube ads. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe for more weekly content. Comment down below, crush it to go in the chance to win a 30-minute call, and any other videos you would like to see. Again, I concatenate them so that I can make videos around that. I really enjoy it. It helps to keep me motivated as well. So thank you in advance to everyone. And congratulations to Dams on winning the my course, as well as a 1-hour call with myself. Congratulations. Thank you to everyone who entered the competition from last video. It was astounding. All you had to do was enter and type 10K, 10K. So thank you again for everyone subscribing to my channel. I really do want to try and provide you high quality content. So I've been working really hard on that. So videos that I have in the works, or like ideas, a lot of feedback, Facebook CBO, Pinterest, more YouTube, of course, Shopify conversion rate hacks, have all been requested. So tell me sort of what things you like. There's plenty of content to go around and help. Now, I wanted to give back to the community because there's a lot of fantastic people out there. So if you want a Fiverr expert who can help make a Shopify store, there's a link there. He also does SEO. There's a link there. I get nothing for this. I just want to help out hardworking people. If you want a graphic designer, he also does video editing in, I believe, Adobe Premiere, and I've forgotten the other one. I apologize. But thank you anyway. He is a great graphic designer. You can talk to him through that link there. It's fantastic. And you can also check out my previous video, which is an alternative to AliExpress there. DROPSHIPPING, great app. Been getting a lot of good feedback about it, and people really like it, and it is free. Now, also, if you want a private agent, the one that I use as well, Bernard, lovely man from a lovely team in China. There's the email there. The reason I'm putting it there is rather than contacting me on Instagram, it was, I don't know, I'd forget, and I apologize to those who had. So I want to put it there so that you guys can just jump in, get plenty of resources, and get your journey kick-started. All right, guys, that's what I'm really trying to... And then you got my other links as well, which I've explained many times. So if you want product research tools, there's plenty there. If you want to be an affiliate of my course or join my course, there's links there, and plenty of playlists to help keep you entertained and help with your education. Please make sure to watch this stuff. It's going to only help you in the long term. regardless of what path you take in life. This stuff is super valuable knowledge, and that's why I want to give it to you so that you can help have the advantage in your life. So once again, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you take care, and goodbye.